The feds just raided Diddy's home in Miami, and these are his sons in handcuffs right now. But let's watch the footage together, shall we?
Breaking news right now. We're following the Department of Homeland Security conducting a raid at a house in Holmby Hills, believed to be connected to Sean Combs, the rapper and music executive, perhaps being linked to a sex trafficking investigation.
He got some shots of a few people coming out of the home.
I just want to say quickly, this is going to be a RICO case, and it's not just Diddy that's going to be going down, but let's continue.
Those people have been detained. Now, we're trying to still connect the dots. We do have some sources on scene here that we're getting this information from. We were actually the first ones here with about 30 different law enforcement vehicles at least. There are 3 Bearcats on scene here. This just all unfolded, Sandra, I would say, less than 10 minutes ago. We got here even before the crime scene tape came up. So we're just down the hill. If you look up this street where Tony is right now to the right, you'll see one of those Bearcats and law enforcement. And on the other side of those bushes, basically, is that home that is registered to Bad Boy Films, which is part of Bad Boy Entertainment. And the home, in particular, is registered not only to Bad Boy Films, but to one of P. Diddy's daughters.
We did see a bunch of investigators going in, making the raid in there, and clearing that as well. So they're going to do a thorough search as they conduct this raid. And so far, Stu, from what I understand and from Haley on the ground there, they have not seen, and we have not seen from our vantage point, any sign of Sean Combs, the 54-year-old who is believed to be the property owner of this. They are gathering information, talking to the folks who are there on the property, as well as going through the home. It wasn't as heightened as we saw just 10 minutes ago when they actually got onto the property.
Well, definitely a little bit more relaxed as far as the investigators that you see right there. And now we're getting more of a count. You can see that there's 4, maybe 5 people down there, 6 total, that they have removed from the home. A couple of them still in cuffs.
We don't know what exactly they're looking for, who they're looking for, but again, this could possibly be linked to a sex trafficking investigation involving rapper Sean Combs, the music executive.
Here is everyone named in the P. Diddy sexual abuse lawsuit. Firstly, the lawsuit mentions Jennifer Lopez. The lawsuit claims that while Jennifer Lopez was dating P. Diddy, she brought a gun and gave it to Diddy in the 1999 nightclub shooting. It also claims that Diddy forced his then artist, Shy, to claim responsibility for the shooting. Next, the lawsuit specifically mentions Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. It reads in part, quote, Mr. Combs was known for throwing the best parties. Affiliation with and/or sponsorship of Mr. Combs' sex trafficking parties granted legitimacy and access to celebrities such as famous athletes, political figures, artists, musicians, and international dignitaries like British royal Prince Harry. Lastly, there is Cuba Gooding Jr. The lawsuit claims that Gooding Jr. sexually assaulted Lil Rod while on P. Diddy's private yacht. This is a photo of Cuba Gooding Jr. with his arm around Lil Rod, smirking. P. Diddy's future is unknown, but the likelihood of federal charges being brought against him for sex trafficking or extremely high. Follow to stay updated.
I'm dead ass. I'll never forget that. That little party I went to, the Diddy party, we went to the little private area behind the, cause he had a house behind his house. Like he had a backyard with his backyard with a fat ass bed, and then it had like a miniature little whatever. And then me and Lemmy go upstairs. They tell him that he can't security. He went in like a little with no security, so it's just me and Lemmy. We go up in there. Hold on. We go up there. Upstairs. He like, what's up, Diddy? You know, you met Krishan. Gave her a kiss on the cheek. Early on party or whatever. We just gonna follow up. I'm glad you fuck with Krishan. And he grabbed Lemmy by his neck. It was like, but do you fuck with her? Don't play with her. All she needs is love. Don't play with her. Don't play with her. And I didn't understand that till my checks start coming back short from the subscriptions of Crazy in Love, till he started putting people, like personally putting people that doesn't fuck with me, that I had like street beef with on the show. Where's the security at And all them people throwing eggs, like, it was just like, come on, yo, you playing a bit. Yeah, I'm so happy I ain't, like, you got jacked up for that shit already. So fuck you. Just fuck y'all. I'm not finna be playing with this entertainment industry and be doing shit for y'all, putting the network on, and then all y'all do is just shit in my face. I don't give a fuck about 2 clicks. So if y'all want to see receipts, we can show receipts. We got receipts.
What you gotta say now? You ain't got shit to say. When you put your girl on the snap, baby, yo, babe. I mean, shit getting weird. Come on, baby, it's hot outside. You fucking wrapped up in that blanket. Let's go jog on the beach.
Even after Cassie escaped, Diddy's behavior stayed nuts, with him trying to keep tabs on her every move. This whole story shines a spotlight on the dark side of the entertainment world, claiming that Diddy's been dodging consequences for way too long. There are whispers about a secret NYPD investigation, hinting that Cassie might not be the only victim. This could be a much bigger deal than we thought, leading folks to question its significance and the need for everyone to be in the loop. There are also calls to look into Kim Porter's death, fueled by suspicions of secrets she might have wanted to spill before she passed. Worries extend to others like Young Miami, with some thinking Diddy might be involved in some shady stuff behind the scenes. Reports of compromising situations and explicit acts raise some serious ethical questions about how far people go for success. The big message here is about the messed up consequences of compromising your principles, emphasizing how important it is to keep your integrity in the face of industry pressures. Diddy's alleged role in all this is screaming for a serious examination of his actions and the impact they've had on everyone involved. It's a wild, dark ride, and folks are demanding answers. So things are getting real interesting after Cassie's legal move.
Not Usher coming out to point fingers at Diddy and expose him for allegedly doing some illegal things to him back in the day. As y'all probably know, Usher was forced to live with Diddy as a child, and there have been speculations that Usher could allegedly be one of Diddy's victims. Well, not only is Usher allegedly confirming that Diddy allegedly did things to him, but he is also revealing that Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, went over and beyond to not only protect him from Diddy, but also help him escape Diddy's clutches. The stories Usher is telling have never been heard before, so y'all want to be sad for this. But Usher is singing like a canary, and he is determined to take Diddy down once and for all. Diddy is on a downward spiral, y'all, because his dark secrets are starting to come to light, and they are not pretty. There have been speculations for years that Diddy is a bad guy and that he has hurt so many people in the past, and allegedly is still doing the same thing. But some things are unraveling pretty quickly in front of our eyes, and Diddy is now officially under investigation by the feds for allegedly being involved in. This brought up old topics of how he has been accused of allegedly SAing multiple people, especially young boys, for many years. And get this, the feds have been keeping an eye on Diddy for years, and not only because of the case, specifically, the FBI has been looking for him for at least 11 years for allegedly SAing multiple young boys. According to a court filing that was filed in 2013, during a debriefing session with federal investigators, James Roseman, the music manager turned kingpin, was reportedly questioned about the preferences of entertainers, including whether Sean Diddy Combs was having intimate relationships with underage boys, according to a U.S. District Court filing. A prosecutor then asked about entertainers' intimate preferences, including, but not only Sean Combs having intimate relationships with underage boys. While the names of the supposed victims were not released to protect the identity of the victim, many names have been tossed into the mix, including Usher. For years, fans have expressed concern that Usher might be one of the many young boys that Diddy was accused of hurting, because Usher lived with Diddy for a while when he was starting off in the industry. Usher was signed by Diddy's friend L.A. Reid as a young child, and when Usher was 13, L.A. Reid sent him to live with Diddy so that he could learn the ropes from Diddy, who was already a force in the industry. This should have been a major red flag considering the rumors that have been going around about Diddy even back then, and the kind of lifestyle that he lived. Diddy was already infamous for throwing some major parties that were rumored to be shady at best. It was certainly not the type of environment that a 13-year-old child should have been in. I mean, the first red flag should have been the fact that Diddy's house was referred to as Puffy Flavor Camp, because what on earth is that name? And when you throw in the parties and the rumors of Diddy liking Usher a little bit too much, well, I guess y'all can see where this is going. For some reason, Usher hates talking about his experience with Diddy while he was in Puffy Flavor Camp, and it's kind of given trauma. He has only publicly spoken about it on 2 or 3 occasions, and he had nothing good to say during those times. On one occasion, he was asked to speak about Diddy and his experience living with Diddy, but the interviewer noted that he was super uncomfortable when the topic shifted to what it was like for him back in the day. Or noted that Usher became surprisingly restrained. I want to save some stuff for my book one day, he said. I'll put it this way, there was a lot of sex. The only other time that he really spoke about it was during an interview with Howard Stern. And even though he tried not to go into much detail, the little he said sent red flags waving.
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I
Come
mean,
on.
but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you
I
seeing?
went there to see the lifestyle,
Right.
And I saw it, and it was. But I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place, and I didn't necessarily understand it.
To make things shadier, Usher claimed that Diddy forced him to hide the details of what was really happening away from his parents, so his parents didn't know what was going on with their son.
They didn't know nothing about this. Oh, I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
This was weird because if nothing weird was happening, why would Diddy force Usher to hide what was happening from his parents? Yeah, that was all kinds of shady. Usher even claimed that he would never let his own children be in that kind of situation, and that's how you know that some very bad things happened during that time.
Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
See? Then there's the video where Diddy claimed that he and Usher used to sleep in the same bed.
It's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying?
Or the time he said this.
This ain't for nobody else but you. You take your time, boy. I see you. Doing Vegas. You were in the kitchen eating all my cereal.
Diddy's former bodyguard, Uncle Gene, has also kind of backed this up in an interview where he revealed that a lot of people in the industry knew that Diddy had a thing for young boys, but they just stood by and watched him have his way.
All these industry people know that Diddy been acting like this and doing this and trying to engage other men into acts with him. There was story that he was trying to get Chris Brown. There's stories about, those young boys that he had, a group B5 or something like that, trying to get them. Yo, it's a lot of stories that goes around in this industry about not just him, other people.
This brings us to the present and how fans are bringing up Usher's name all over again. And it looks like Usher is finally tired of carrying the baggage for so long because he just broke down. And not only did he talk about the things that happened to him, but he also claimed that Diddy's ex, Kim Porter, tried to save him from Diddy. Kim Porter and Diddy started dating in 1994, which interestingly is the same year that Usher was sent by L.A. Reid to live with Diddy. Usher claimed he once hit her so badly that he ended up breaking her nose. A news article reported that event, saying Diddy Combs' girlfriend Kim Porter was left with a broken nose after the couple argued on Combs' yacht in St. Tropez. Combs flew in a specialist plastic surgeon from Geneva after the accident. Porter has since claimed that she hurt her face after she banged her nose on the table. But one thing about Kim is that she always fought back and gave as good as she got, and she soon started fighting back at Diddy. Diddy's bodyguard Gene Deal spoke about a time when Kim fought back and Diddy ended up in the hospital.
When they were at home at Kim's house on 110th Street, he wanted to, put his hands on her in the wrong way. And Kim took one of those corkscrews and ripped his wrist up and hit an artery. And when she did that, he had to rush over to St. Luke's Hospital.
So Kim fought back at Diddy, and in the process, she allegedly tried to save Usher from Diddy by protecting him and refusing to let Diddy touch him or do anything to him, allegedly. Eventually, Usher left Diddy's house, but he and Kim used to stay on good terms. Eventually, Kim decided to tell her story to the world, exposing Diddy for who he really was. Y'all know how she was writing a book about her life that would have exposed Diddy. Well, allegedly, Diddy's situation with Usher was one of the things that she was going to talk about. Inside sources claimed that she was going to tell the story of how Diddy not only allegedly SA'd Usher, but how he also gave him herpes, allegedly. This was also backed up by a blind item that went viral.
So what was in Kim's book? You want to hear it? Here it go. Now, I cannot confirm or deny what's in this book, but ain't nobody fit Natasha K. me. So in this book, it detailed his relationships with men, footage of those encounters. It had the names of the men he slept with, a disease. Allegedly, Diddy giving Usher a disease.
This is just crazy, but something tells me that it's going to be crazier by the time the feds are done with Diddy and announce their findings. Fans said the surviving Sean Combs documentary is going to be out of this world. You thought R. Kelly was bad? Diddy gave Usher herpes. I can't wait. Kim Porter's first book, the one she was going to publish weeks before she passed away, was going to talk about this stuff with Diddy and Usher, but she's gone. I hope they release her book soon. And y'all really gotta open your eyes and ears about the big dogs in the industry. Diddy has had the nastiest rap next to R. Kelly, and y'all now hearing about it, the man had a young male artist program he called the Flavor Camp. Usher and Justin Bieber attended. Hello? A lot of rappers in his era have accused him of SA or being his boy toys. This situation just keeps getting worse and worse, but I want to know how y'all feel about Kim Porter looking out for